who is the actual college football playoff contender in the Big Ten Conference. We're going to name 3 teams each. We're going to do, and just for the record here, we do not disclose who we rank and why.
No,
right? We do them individually. So if they're the same, it's or purely by chance. And we're going to go with the dark horse, who's the runner-up in the conference, and then who we believe is going to be the conference champion that has an automatic bid to the college football playoff.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's going to be awesome because mine's going to be completely different from the video that we did before.
Oh, you mean the video you got absolutely hammered in?
Yes, dude. Oh, my gosh. Big-10 fans.
That was a brutal video for Darren.
Big-10 fans, I love you guys to death. You are the most passionate fan base of any college football.
Yeah. You were not scared to tell Darren he's an idiot.
Yeah, you were not scared to tell
Guy on the left, you're an idiot.
Yeah, but didn't even bother to learn my name or anything. That's good. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started here. We're going to start with the dark horse. I'll go ahead and start with my dark horse, but before I do that, I do want to make an honorary mention.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, I would not be surprised to see Penn State sneak in. They, as far as across the board, they are in the top 5 in preseason rankings. Penn State
absolutely.
They also don't have. This is the key thing. I was back and forth on my dark horse between this and Penn State because of this reason. Penn State does not play Ohio State or Michigan this year.
That's great. That's big help.
And they also have had back-to-back years of 11-win seasons, both the last 2 years. So don't be surprised if Penn State comes out of it. I'm just saying that one's going to be kind of my gimme, not necessarily my prediction, not my dark horse, not my runner-up, not my winner. But I just wanted to throw that out there, Penn State.
Honorable mention. I did not prepare an honorable mention.
Yeah, it's okay. I had to either go one way or the other. It's my dark horse or this one. And I'm just like, you know what? If I just mention Penn State, then I'll feel better about my dark horse.
Perfect.
Okay,
we'll get into it.
Okay, so my dark horse is Michigan.
Ooh, I love it.
So Michigan has been undefeated. They went undefeated last year, even with Harbaugh being suspended for half the season. Their coach in waiting, basically, because of the suspension, is now the head coach of that team. They were undefeated last year. They basically have a lot of talent returning, and they also have a lot of their coaching staff returning on the offensive side. However, they did lose a lot of their defensive staff, and they do have to break in a new quarterback. Like the whole head coach thing, I figured like that's not too much of a deal because Harbaugh only coached half the season last year.
Yeah.
So that's why I kind of I don't see them as like a front runner or my winner, but I definitely see them still as a potential dark horse candidate to win the Big Ten Conference.
I love it. My dark horse is actually also Michigan.
Okay.
Yep. So, I mean, I think head coach Sharon Moore, he's got his work cut out for him, right? And that's why I have him as a dark horse and not even close to a runner-up. The Big Ten just brought in a whole lot of talented Pac-12 powerhouse teams. They brought in Oregon, they brought in USC, they brought in Washington, they brought in UCLA.
Right.
These are all really good football programs, and I understand the Big Ten Conference is fantastic. There's a lot of talent, top to bottom. But it just got a whole lot tougher, right? It got a whole lot tougher for this Michigan team. I do think they're going to be up for the fight, honestly.
I agree.
I mean, they are sporting the number 19 recruiting class from last year.
Mm-hmm.
And they did just win a national championship. So, you've got a lot of players on this roster that are going to be, they're going to be eager to get playing time and to prove that they are still Michigan that just won a national championship.
Uh-huh.
I just say watch out for Michigan. Come that top 12 playoff time, this team could be sneaking in there.
Yeah.
So
I do see them being a shot if the top spot in the conference is more than a one-loss team.
Yeah.
The top two are going to be a 1 or 2 loss team. I definitely think Michigan's got a huge shot at pulling it off. So
absolutely,
definitely agree with you there. You want me to hit you up with my runner-up, or do you want to?
Yeah, you go runner-up, man.
Okay, my runner-up is Oregon.
Oh no. Hey. Tell me why.
Oh, no?
Oh, no. Let's hear it.
What does oh, no mean?
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Like, means he doesn't agree with my ranking. Okay. Dude, are you my first commenter that's going to bash me and tell me I'm an idiot? Is that what we're doing here?
Ooh.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. Okay, well, first of all, the reason why I have them as a runner-up is, well, first of all, they're going to be the only team outside of my expectations for Utah to rank this high as going into a new conference.
Right.
That's why I do have them so high. Now they are, Dan Lanning is going to be coming off of a season where they only had 2 losses, and both of those were to Washington.
Yes.
Okay. Now that's not a positive, that's a negative for me. There is a lot more talent in the Big
Ten.
in the Big
Yeah.
Ten than there was in the Pac-12, and he couldn't figure out a way to beat Washington.
Right. Who Michigan ran over in the national championship.
Exactly my point.
Yeah.
So I think while Dan Lanning has the best shot and has the best opportunity to come into a new conference,
Mhm.
and keep in mind, the Big 12 is not the Big 10, right?
Correct.
We both think that Utah's going to run over the Big 12.
Right.
So but I do think Dan Lanning's got a lot stiffer competition that he's going to run into in this one. And I just don't think that for those reasons, because he lost to Washington twice, wasn't able to overcome that. And also Washington got stomped,
Yep.
in the national title game. So
Yep.
it's just kind of, for all those reasons, I have Oregon, but I do believe in Dan Lanning. I do think he's one of the most talented head coaches in college football right
Yep.
now. I would not be surprised to see them win the whole thing next year and also become one of the first national champions in the first 2 or 3 years of this new playoff format. But I do see them as a runner-up this year.
Cool. I like it. That's at least a solid reason. My runner-up is going to be Ohio State.
Okay.
This team is as talented as ever. And I'm sure this is probably my turn to get all of the Ohio State haters telling me that I'm an absolute idiot. Because they do have a ton of quarterback talent, right? They've got 1 true 5-star on their roster, 3 4-star recruits at quarterback. The problem is we don't know how and if that's going to actually transition to success. They've always got talent all the way around them, but they did lose their number 1 and their number 2 receiving options in Marvin Harrison Jr. and Kate Stover. Both of them went obviously to the NFL last year. So Emeka Egbuka will have a whole lot of pressure on him to perform this year. And if they can figure out this quarterback with, whichever one of these super talented quarterbacks they end up landing on, I think they're going to have some problem, kind of figure out some chemistry and stuff, because they don't just have a locked in quarterback that's going into fall camp, right? They've got a quarterback battle going on all the way through fall camp. And sometimes that helps, that's going to slow your progress getting into rhythms throughout the season. And that's kind of one of my concerns with this team. They are ridiculously talented, and they do have an October 12th showdown where they go to Autzen to play Oregon. And that game is going to say everything about where this team actually lands.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely. Okay, so you have Ohio State as your runner-up.
that is correct.
I have my winner as the Ohio State.
Okay. Tell me why.
So this is definitely one of the most talented teams they've ever had in the history of the school.
Absolutely.
With new legislation that makes it sideline directed captain on both the offensive and defensive end, where you can actually direct communicate, kind of like the pitch comm that they have. They now can communicate directly to those people, and I'll get into why that's important here in a minute, which is a lot for Ohio State fans, because what Ohio State fans will point out is that let me just jump into it right now. So what Ohio State fans will point out is that they've only lost to Michigan because over the last 2 years, because Michigan was able to steal the signs.
It's a lot easier to beat a football team when you know what play is coming.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, if you know it's going to be passed and you can drop 7 guys into coverage and only rush 3, your chances of success are much, much higher at that rate.
Yeah, so they'd say that the only reason why they lost to Michigan and again lost the conference, because a lot of this time it came down to one loss.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Ohio State only lost to Michigan because of this issue. They're going to say because of the sign stealing scandal that they had, right?
Yep.
USA Today also ranks Ohio State as the top running back in the country with I think it's called Travion Henderson. They also have the top rated wide receiver in Emeka. What was the last name? Emeka
Egbuka.
Mm-hmm. They also have the top defensive lineman in Donovan Jackson, JT Tayamula. Probably saying that wrong, so my apologies there.
We butcher names. That's what we do here.
And Tyleek Williams. Not to mention, they have the defensive backs. These are top-rated defensive backs by USA Today as well. They have Denzel Burke and Caleb Downs. USA Today also has Ryan Day as the coach of the year over our guy, Dan Lanning. So this is, and again, here's the other piece that people keep forgetting about this Ohio State team. Is Chip Kelly's running the offense now.
Oh, that's a great point.
Chip Kelly's running this offense at Ohio State. He gets to focus on solely what he does best, which is X's and O's on the offensive side. So,
that is a fantastic point, actually.
Yeah, he's not.
I did not think about the Chip Kelly signing.
Yeah. So, and he's also going to have, and like I said, but this can, to your point, this could all come unraveled in October with the toughest road game they have being in Eugene against the Oregon Ducks there. There are also the 2 weeks after that, they also have to face Penn State on the road.
Right.
So my dark horse, like my honorable mention, can make a mess of this as well. But because of the Chip Kelly thing, because of all the top-rated offensive and defensive players they have on this team, according to USA Today and a few other sources when it comes to the top-ranked talent in the conference, and also, like I mentioned, the whole side-stealing scandal, which is why they lost to Michigan over the last several years. Ohio State fans, Michigan fans will probably have a different thought on that, but hey, you're still in my
chime in, Michigan fans. Let us know what you think.
You're still in there, guys. Michigan fans are still in there. Keep in mind, I picked you guys all the way last year. Go back and watch the coverage. I picked you guys all the way last year.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are the reasons why I have Ohio State winning the Big-10 conference this year.
All right. I obviously have the Oregon Ducks as number one in the conference. I think they have a solid chance to win the conference, and it's pretty much due to them picking up Dylan Gabriel from Oklahoma. This dude's going to be the front runner to win the Heisman Trophy to start the year. The fact was last year, even if it wasn't for Bo Nix and this Jaden Daniels and Michael Penix having a dream season, Dylan Gabriel was still in, even with all these ridiculous quarterback talent, Dylan Gabriel was still in the Heisman conversation at Oklahoma. This dude is that good. He is super talented. Again, he's going to be an early front runner, right? To be a Heisman Trophy winner. Dan Lanning is, in my opinion, easily one of the top 3 coaches in college football right this minute. Autzen Stadium is a very, very, very tough place to play. Oh, yeah. I think it's going to get much more respect with some of these Big Ten teams coming in here and actually seeing, wow, it gets loud in Autzen. The stadium is designed strictly to be loud. And Oregon is fantastic on both sides of the ball. They're returning a ton of defensive players, a ton of offensive players. This team is really, really scary. Again, that October 12th showdown is going to say a lot about where that conference ends up at. But I think Oregon is built for some of these big moments. And the fact that game is at Autzen and not at the Shoe, I just say advantage Oregon. I think that game being head-to-head and potentially, obviously you're still going to have to beat them in a conference championship game, but neutral site is much different than having to go to their home stadium, and I think that could be the difference. Yeah, no, I get you. Dan Lanning really needs to prove the fact that he could beat this. That he's not going to lose the same team twice in 1 year. Yep. So that's kind of that was kind of a big variable there for me, and obviously the Chip Kelly thing. But no, I really like it. I actually was surprised that we didn't go 1, 2, 3 like we all were exactly the same. So it's actually quite appreciative of that. That makes for terrible content when we both agree all the way down the road. The fact that we both agreed on Oregon or on Michigan, you're like, oh no, here we go. Yeah. No, but I love it. Love the picks, man. I think it'd be fun. It'd be fun to watch, fun to follow this season to see who ends up on top of that for sure. We want to hear from you folks. Let us know in the comments down below. Who is your runner-up, your dark horse, and your conference champion? Who are your predictions for that? Do we get this wrong? Are we off? We want to hear from you folks. Let us know in the comments down below. Chime in, Big Ten fans. We know you guys got it. Nebraska, let us know, why we kept you out, Yep. The one Rutgers fan that had my back last week video. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Rutgers fan. Yeah, appreciate it. But yeah, we want to hear from you folks. Let us know in the comments down below. Absolutely, let us know what you think. Now, before we move on to that, before we get into content there, folks, we also want to remind you that we are so close to getting to 1,000 subscribers. Once we hit 1,000 subscribers, we're going to be giving the first $500 that we earn in AdSense revenue back to our subscribers. 5 subscribers are each going to earn $100 each. So if you have not yet, please hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on that giveaway. And smash that like button for your boy AJ right over there. Appreciate it. All right, forgot to say that at the beginning of the video. I still appreciate it. Either way, hit it then, hit it now, do whatever. We don't. As long as you hit it, we're good. Yeah, as long as it's an odd amount of times. Don't hit it an even amount of times. Correct. Yeah. Because we don't want you to unlike it. Don't unlike our stuff. Don't unlike our stuff. Just some engagement. It's rude. It is a little bit. Yeah.